Okay, let's talk all-star voting, Anthony. Dodgers fans, good news when it comes to all-star voting. Shohei Ohtani, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, all on pace to start in the all-star game if voting were to end today. So right now we are still in phase one. Phase one ends Thursday at noon Eastern, so 9 a.m. Pacific is when phase one ends. And here's what happens at the end of phase one. First and foremost, if you are the leading vote getter among all positions in your league, then you are automatically a starter in the all-star game. That is expected to be Shohei Ohtani. Second, if you are in the top two of your position, then you continue on to the next round of voting. Or in the case of outfielders, if you are in the top six in your position, then you advance to the next round of voting. Here's where it gets funny, Anthony. Designated hitter, Dodgers are first. Shohei Ohtani. Catcher, Dodgers are first. Will Smith. First base, Dodgers are first. Freddie Freeman. Second base, Tommy Edman is in second place. Shortstop, Mookie Betts is in second place. Max Muncy, third base, second place. Teoscar Hernandez, second place, expected to be a starter. And Andy Pages, seventh place among outfielders, trailing by just 57,000 votes when we're talking about like 1 million plus votes for a lot of these guys with a couple days to go. So here's the picture I'm painting you, Anthony. There's a world where 8 of the 9 starting positions are Dodgers. There's a world where 8 of the 9 starting spots, the Dodgers are either in first or in second. If Pages can creep into the top 6 and get to phase 2, they will have 8 dudes in phase 2 with, as we've mentioned, 4 on pace to start already, and the other 4 with a little bit of work to do. Let's just get, I know my guy Conforto is letting us down, and he's the 9th, unfortunately, but let's just get all Dodgers in the All-Star game. Can we do that, Anthony?
Look, we said at the beginning of the season in spring training, could this be the best lineup ever produced on paper? Yeah. And look, a couple of guys need to pick it up, right? Mookie, Edman. But you talk about those other guys, Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, even Teo, who's had his own struggles. Pages, like all of those guys, Muncy, are absolutely deserving.
Yeah.
Based on performance.
Yeah. I'm with you. Tommy Edman's probably the one guy, and I'd have to do some digging at second base and to see what his competition is. But he's probably the one guy in that group that if you're just stacking numbers next to one another, then maybe there's an argument to be made against. But to your point, he's one of the better defensive second basemen. And if you're the Dodgers, you get a bump. Maybe Teoscar Hernandez is like a very good player, all-star level. Who cares? Who cares? That's the beauty. You're going to make this stupid rule about how this is how we pick our starters, then let's just vote everybody in, people. That's the point here. Let's get 8 Dodgers starters, position player starters in the All-Star game. It's feasible. I don't think we're going to get the starting pitcher. I think Yamamoto tailing off a little bit is probably going to keep him out of that. Although he still might be in the mix, and you never know how days off and starts sort of line up and who's available. But
hey, he puts up 4 dominant starts going in. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely. I love people it's like immediately Jeff's an Edman hater. All right, folks. Whatever. Just it's a dose of reality for you here. Sorry to be the guy that gives you reality. As far as some more quotes here about the All-Star game, Anthony, Dave Roberts was asked about Shohei Ohtani. He is expected to lead off the All-Star game. Dave Roberts has said that. He hasn't technically been voted to the All-Star game yet. I think Dave Roberts is willing to assume that Ohtani will be and say he will lead off. He was asked a very interesting follow-up question, Anthony, that I know you were a huge fan of, which was, will Shohei Ohtani pitch in the All-Star game? Dave Roberts said he will not. So if anybody was wondering about the guy who's pitched 2 total innings of Major League Baseball this year, if he was going to pitch in the All-Star game, Dave Roberts has put that to bed. He was also asked if Shohei Ohtani would hit in the home run derby and was said, you need to ask Shohei about that. There are some rumblings, Anthony. There's some folks out there who believe that Ohtani might participate in the home run derby. I can tell by your facial expression you are not a fan of this idea.
No. Keep the guy as far away from that, from the batter's box there as possible, unless he's going and like giving Gatorade or a towel to Oscar or something like that. I don't want that guy anywhere near the home run derby as a participant.
Are you like a believer in this stuff about how it messes up the swing? Like, give me the why.
I'm not. I'm not. But if there is any non-zero chance that an oblique happens or it does mess up the swing or anything. That guy is inarguably the single most important baseball player to his team.
With all due respect to the big dumper. With all due respect to the big dumper.
Yeah. And it's not even close.
Yeah.
Especially
he's a $100 million player.
Especially now that he's getting back on the mound.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want him anywhere near anything that doesn't count for the Dodgers.
Yeah. So along those lines, we talk about Teoscar Hernandez as a guy who's currently on pace to be voted in as a starter for the All-Star game. Again, he's second among outfielders, top 3 at the end of phase 2 will all be starters. He's, of course, the defending champion and has said when he was asked, are you going to participate again last year? He said, only if I'm an all-star. Right. It appears, Anthony, that he's on pace to be an all-star. Mm-hmm. So does this same rule apply for Teoscar, or because he's done it before / because he is a quote unquote, this sounds derogatory, it's not meant to be because you're comparing him to Ohtani, because he is a quote unquote less valuable player than Shohei Ohtani, would you be comfortable with him re-entering the competition?
Yes, and for a couple of reasons. One, he's done it before, and we know it didn't screw up his swing. He didn't get hurt. He's the defending champion. Yeah. So let him go. Let him have his fun. 2, how old is Teoscar? 30?
Off the top of my head, I don't have that number.
Either way. He's a veteran.
32.
And he is now
super young, super young in real life numbers.
In real life numbers, yes.
Yeah, to be clear.
He, in the last season and a half, he's become a budding star of baseball. Like
personality.
Like, not the face of the game, right? Like he's a long way from that, but like one of the recognizable faces. And a lot of that is obviously he's been good as a Dodger, won a World Series. That has a lot to do with it. But a lot to do with it is also like the guy's personality. He's infectious. The smile is real. He talks with excitement. The on-field interviews are 99.9% always hot garbage. The 0.01% that are not feature Teoscar Hernandez.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? And so I think putting him on that kind of stage is there's more than just the let him swing the bat reason for it. And so for him, I'm all for it because I think it helps him. And so with Ohtani, look, man, everybody knows who Ohtani is. We don't need to see him, win a home run derby. We know the guy's capable of hitting 60 against real pitching. So let's let him do that.
Yeah. Just some numbers real quick to put in perspective where some of these guys rank. This is interesting. Among all National League outfielders, according to wins above replacement, Andy Pages is 6th. This number is going to surprise some people. Teoscar Hernandez is 31st among National League outfielders in wins above replacement. Obviously, defense, safe to say, not doing him any favors there. Tommy Edman is 5th among second basemen. Mookie Betts is 6th among shortstops. And then Max Muncy is 4th among third basemen. So a lot of these guys, Edman, Muncy, Mookie, you're in that top 5-6 range, then you probably belong in this conversation. But I'm surprised to see Teoscar that far down. But again, how you grade defense, he obviously is not going to grade out super well in that category. And so I suppose if this was only an offensive category, we'd be having a different conversation with Teoscar Hernandez. Like if we sort this by weighted runs created plus, I bet Teoscar is going to find himself in a more favorable spot here. 21st. So there you go. 21st offensively. Obviously, that number is going to go way down.
Yeah. I think he's going to get. I think he's going to get better too. And he's still on pace. Like he's had not as good a season as he had last year with the Dodgers, but he's still a guy who he might hit 30, 32 homers this year still.
Yeah, just under 800 OPS. Again, this is not a knock on Teoscar Hernandez. He's been really solid for the Dodgers. So again, you look at this just to recap: Ohtani, Freeman, Smith, Teoscar, I think are probably safe bets to make it in as starters in the All-Star game. And then Edman, Mookie, and Muncy are all in second place at their positions, which means once phase 2 happens, they'll have more time to sort of rise up and accumulate some more votes. And then Andy Pages, 57,000 votes, but he needs to pass Corbin Carroll in the next 2 days, who is hurt, Corbin Carroll. So maybe some less votes coming for him. But if Pages can pass Corbin Carroll, then he advances to phase 2. And Dodgers fans, who know, do your thing. And we'll see if we can get Andy Pages into the All-Star game. So there's your All-Star game recap in the mix.